Hello everyone. Welcome to Topic of the Day. My name is Kritika. Today we will discuss about the parliament disruptions and why it is a cause of concern. Recently this topic was in news as the parliament witnessed disruptions which eventually lead to the decline in the productivity of the parliamentary sessions. If we talk about the last monsoon session's productivity, there was a data released by PRS Legislative Research. Now, PRS is a non-profit organization that releases information about the legislations, parliament, etc. This research states that the last monsoon session was the third least productive Lok Sabha sessions of the last 2 decades. Only 21 hours of functioning and 22% productivity was seen in the Lok Sabha, and in the Rajya Sabha also there was as low as 28% productivity. Earlier too, in 2020, the pandemic led to the curtailment of 2 sessions. Now such disruptions are always seen in both the houses, no matter who is the ruling government. Let's discuss on the reasons for these disruption. The very first is dissatisfaction in the MPs due to inadequate time for raising their grievances. Also, there is huge political disagreements when there are topics like Pegasus phone hacking or the farm laws. There is violation of norms when the political party do not follow the parliamentary norms. Some other reasons include unresponsive attitude of the government like handling of COVID-19 situations and deaths due to pandemic etc. Also due to the absence of rigid and prompt statutory provisions and the less number of working days. If we talk about working days, in the last 10 years, there was average of 73 sittings annually in the parliament, whereas in 1950s and 1960s, our parliament used to sit for 120 days annually. In 2017, it was 57 sittings, 2016, 70 days of sitting, and in 2015, it was 72 days. So we can say that there is decline in the number of working days of the parliament in the recent years. One of the reasons is also the lack of legislative scrutiny. Government introduced 11 bills in the session and passed them without scrutiny by the standing committees. Now, if we talk about the impacts of these parliamentary disruptions, it is an hindrance to the representative democracy. Also, people's faith in parliament decreases due to such events. Most importantly, it is a wastage of taxpayers' money. Also, the laws are passed just in form than in substance. It can also be said that due to such events, the opposition is not able to play its part effectively. That is, there is inability of the opposition to hold the government accountable. Now let us discuss on some of the measures that can be taken to enhance the productivity of the houses. First of all, Parliament can give more chances to the MPs or to ask questions to the government. Also, the ethics of the committees needs to be strengthened. There should be a productive parliamentary index. We can showcase the output of every session of the parliament. When the MPs do not follow code of conduct, de-incentivizing the MPs would be a very good deterrent. Also, there should be increase in the number of sitting days. A calendar of sittings should be announced prior to the session of the parliament, or even an yearly parliament calendar should be announced that can be made public so that the MPs are prepared with their debates and discussions. Lastly, there should be sense of responsibility by both the sides of the parliament. Both the sides, the government and the opposition, should work together to uphold the dignity of the parliament. Now, if we talk about the UK model of parliament working, it can be taken as an example. As in the UK, the parliament meets over 100 to 120 days an year, and the opposition parties get 20 days on which they decide the agenda for the discussion. The main opposition party gets 17 days, and the remaining 3 days are given to the second largest opposition party. Also, the Prime Minister is bound by a constitutional convention to respond to the questions directly posed to him by the MPs. And in fact, countries like Canada also have a similar concept of opposition days. So we can take cue from all these countries and have some parliamentary reforms so that the working of our parliament also enhances. Now let us take up a practice question on this topic. With reference to the 0 hour of parliamentary proceedings, consider the following statements. First, it is a formal device mentioned under the rules of procedure. Second, it is the interregnum between the end of question hour and the beginning of regular proceedings. Which of the statements given above is correct? You have to choose from the correct option. You can write your answers in the comment section below. So only the second option is correct. That is, the 0 hour is the time duration between the end of question hour and the beginning of regular proceedings in the parliament. So this was all for today's topic. For regular updates, you can follow us on our social media handles. Also, you can study these topics in depth in the current affairs section on our website. And for more such videos, do stay tuned to the Next IAS YouTube channel.